Hello Year 9s, and there's more of the advanced level problems here in Chance and Data for NAPLAN. Sally recorded the color of the roses on the bushes in a garden, and she recorded them in this table. Sally intended to draw a sector graph to show the information. A sector graph is a pie graph, where the size of the sector indicates the number of rose bushes in relation to the other colors. The size of the sector is a measure of the angle in the circle. Now Sally wanted to find the size of the angle needed for the red rose bushes. To find the proportion of red rose bushes, we need to find out what is the total number of bushes. The total amount of rose bushes is found by adding each of these numbers, 18 plus 9 plus 7 plus 12 plus 14. And this ends up 60 rose bushes altogether. The proportion of red rose bushes is therefore 18 over the total amount, 60. And this is going to be equivalent to 9 over 30. And if we divide it by 3, it'll be 3 over 10. Since the total degrees in a sector graph or a pie graph is 360 degrees, then we'll need to find out what 3/10 of 360 is. So this is written as 3 over 10 multiplied by 360, and we can cross out the 0 on the top and the bottom, and all we left is with 3 times 36, and 3 times 36 ends up being 108 degrees. So our answer is 108, and degrees is already written there. Lulu did a test in which all the questions had to be judged true or false, and the table shows her results. How many questions did Lulu get correct? Of the questions that were true, Lulu said 36 were true. So she got these true questions correct. And of the questions that were false, Lulu said that 27 were false. So she got 27 of the false questions correct. So the total correct questions was 36 plus 27, and that is equal to 63. So we can highlight the D for 63. Two dice are tossed together, and it says that there are 36 possible outcomes. So I want to illustrate to you all the outcomes over here that we have. Now this shows you all the 36 possible outcomes that we can get when we toss two dice and we add them up. 1 and 1 makes 2. 1 and 2 makes 3. 1 and 3 makes 4, and so on. The question asks, what is the probability of getting a total of 4? We can get a 3 plus 1, and that will give us a 4. Or we can have a 2 and a 2, and that will also give us a 4. And lastly, we can have a 1 plus 3, and that's also going to give us a 4. And so out of all of the 36 possible outcomes, there's only 3 possible ways of getting a total of 4 from rolling 2 dice. And so our probability is 3 out of the 36 outcomes. And that ends up being 1 on 12. So we may highlight C, 1 on 12. In the 9 tests, Joe has an average mark of 78%. Presumably it's 78 marks. What would he need to score in his 10th test to increase his average to 80 marks? So the average of 9 tests is 78. So the total marks from 9 tests would be 9 times 78, which is going to be 702 for the 9 tests. Now he wants to get 80 marks, and he's going to do one more test. So what would be the total marks from the 10 tests now that he does? That would give him 80. So in order to have an average of 80 after 10 tests, so total marks from 10 tests, if he wants to get an average of 80, he should get 800 marks. So the extra marks needed is 800, take away the 702, and you'll get 98. So we can highlight 98, which is A%. Okay, keep watching. There's 2 more videos in chance and data, so subscribe and make sure you also give it a tick.